Dude, have you noticed how marketing isn't even about products anymore? It's all about the vibe. Like, you don't buy shoes. They sell you a feeling, man. It's wild.
All right, that was the baby podcast clip that I generated yesterday with n8n. So, yeah, I posted about this on my Twitter yesterday, and I figured we can walk through the entire workflow. There are a couple of steps here that we need to go through and set up first. And yeah, just to be transparent, you will have to pay for some subscriptions here to make this work. You will need an 11 Labs subscription, and you will need a Hedera subscription. Both of them, I'm on the cheapest, the basic plan. So for 11 Labs, I'm just on the $5 a month plan for now. And then on Hedera, I'm on just the basic $10 a month plan. So yeah, you can see that gives you 1,000 credits. I have about 800 left after running this a couple of times testing. So you do get quite a decent amount of output with the basic plan. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there first, just so you are aware of it, that this will cost a little bit to run. On top of obviously like your OpenAI image gen API as well. But anyways, I figured we can just walk through the entire flow right here. I'll run through it first, and then we can just see another output, and then I'll walk you through the entire flow step by step. So we just start by testing the workflow, and here we have the n8n form open up a couple of options that we need to choose. We choose the baby ethnicity, so I'll just choose Asian. Hairstyle, let's just go bald, and then for topics, you can see here that we can choose from, or pretty much just add in whatever we want. So let's just do marketing for this one, basic. And then we submit. And the first thing that you'll see is that we are now generating the prompt for basically the text, which will then be sent to 11 Labs and then to Hedera. We then merge them together, and then we split the audio out, or we pull the audio out. And then you'll see right here that it goes to the next step, which is generating the image of the baby for the podcast. So we have the prompt here that is then sent to the OpenAI image gen node. We'll then be converting the file from base64 over to a PNG file. This will obviously take probably a minute or so just to get that through. So I'll just pause this until it's done. All right, that's done. We've converted the file to PNG from base64. We've merged the files again here, and then we've uploaded the image to Hedera, where we will be syncing the audio with the image and turning it into a video right here, which it is working on now. And right here we have a 5-minute wait node, and that's basically just to allow the video to be fully generated inside of Hedera, and then we will be pulling that video, downloading it, and then uploading it to our drive. So I'll just pause this right here until the entire flow is done, and then we'll take a look at the video, and then I'll go through the entire flow here in a little bit more step by step. All right, we are back, and the flow just finished. So let's just refresh right here inside of the folder. And there you have it. All right, I might just have to download this. Let me just try to refresh again. See if it works. All right, let's see. All right, here we are.
Dude, marketing is wild, right? Think about it. Everywhere you look, something's trying to sell you an idea, a product, an identity. And it's not even obvious.
All right, you get the gist. So yeah, that's pretty funny. I mean, obviously this is a little bit more of a gimmick. I mean, it's just for fun, but there are obviously tons of like these faceless YouTube and TikTok channels running these baby podcast clips up. Let me just see if I can find one real quick, and I'll show you. Yeah, I mean, just looking at this is pretty wild, the amount of views and likes this is getting. So, I mean, there could definitely be an opportunity to run up some pretty crazy faceless videos here, but yeah. Moving on from that, we can just go through the entire workflow right here. So as usual, we start up with a form submission, and here the options or field form elements that we want to add in is the ethnicity of the baby, and then we have this as a drop-down list. So we have Asian, African American, Hispanic, Caucasian, Middle Eastern. We then have the hairstyle again as a drop-down list. And then we have the topic of conversation, which we just add in as plain text. This is sent both to the generate audio prompt right here. So if we pull this up, we have right here that the system message is that the node is to generate a podcast style monologue in the style of Joe Rogan discussing the topic of marketing, which we pulled in from the form node right here, topic of conversation. So again, you just drag and drop this right in. Ensure the tone is casual, intense, and slightly conspiratorial with tangents, unexpected analogies, and yeah, the characteristic of a Joe Rogan style. And that's it for this one. We then move on to the first HTTP request node right here, which is going to 11 Labs. You can see right here that we sent over the text right here as the message from the podcast. So if I just view this.
Dude, marketing is wild, right? Think about it. Everywhere you look, something's trying.
So we've basically sent the prompt from the generate audio prompt node into 11 Labs and gotten the audio back. So right here, this is the first setup step in terms of the API that we need. So I'll provide all of the documentation in a separate doc, but you basically just need to copy and paste or just use this URL right here. The most important part is that we need to, when you create the actual voice, this part needs to be updated because I pulled just a random voice from a voice ID from 11 Labs and pasted it in. So if I just go to, let's just see, if I just go into text to speech, you can see that right here, I copied this voice ID and pasted it in right here. So this ID right here is the voice ID for this, hey, it's Brad voice. So again, I'll add this all in the documentation, but just make sure that whatever voice you go in and pick, you just need to, again, copy and paste the voice ID and update it in the last bracket right here. The next step will be adding the custom auth step right here. You can see I have it as 11 Labs. Again, I'll provide the documentation in a separate doc just so you have it, so you can just copy and paste it. You'll just need to go in and update with your API keys. To do that, you'll just go in. You'll obviously again have to set up account, the paid account, and then it'll just go under API keys right here and then generate your key. And that's pretty much it. All the other steps right here you can just leave as is. Again, the text right here is pulled from the generate audio prompt, which we just pull in right there. Next, we send this over to Hedera. So again, with Hedera, we have another custom auth. Again, I'll provide the documentation for how you guys can set this up as a custom auth. Again, don't change your URL, just leave that as is. Same with the JSON right here. All is good here. The only thing you guys will need to do is set up an account, and then under settings, you'll just go to API, and then just copy your API key right here and update that in the custom auth step. So again, I'll provide you documentation with how to do that. That's pretty much it. Then we merge the audio assets right here, and then we split them out. No need to really go through that. This is just a merge node and then a code node. Next, we upload everything into Hedera. So right here, you can see that we have the audio that has been split from the audio metadata code node. And we've just, again, drag and drop that in right here. And then here we have the API key. I'll have to make sure that you guys can see the entire thing right here. But anyways, you'll just need to update your API key again right here instead of this one that I have. Everything else will be fine. We have the form data and everything else that is pulled from the previous nodes. And that's pretty much it. Again, we then merge the assets with the step that we will go into below now, which is actually generating the image for the podcast. So now we've pretty much uploaded and we've generated and uploaded the audio assets for the podcast. And now we go into creating the image, which we then merge and split into a video in the last step right here. But going back, then we go back to the generate image prompt node right here. And the system message is that you are to generate a high resolution image of a very cute, chubby and then what type of bald hair Asian baby. So again, we just pull this based on the hairstyle and the ethnicity right here. Wearing large over-ear headphones, blah, 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 and that's pretty much it. So that's the prompt that we use to generate the image. We then send this to OpenAI's HTTP request node. Again, you'll just need to update your header auth right here according to documentation. Tons of videos how to do that, so I won't go through that here. Everything else is drag and drop. You don't need to change anything. The prompt right here is obviously pulled from the generate image prompt node. So again, you just drag and drop this in right here. But this will all be set up for you if you get the JSON file that I'll send. You just need to update the authorization type for using your API key. We then convert the image to base64. So we have the raw output as base64 JSON, and then we transform that into a PNG. So if I just view this right here, you can see that we have the cute Asian bald baby that we generated from the prompt. We are then sending this over into Hedera. So again, you just need to set up your authorization using the same API setup that you set up in the audio step. All this you can just leave as is. And then again, we merge the images together. We split the metadata, and then we send that over to Hedera. Again, you don't need to really do anything right here. You just need to update with your authorization, and that's it. And then again, we merge the audio with the image. We then send this over into the create video HTTP request node. Again, everything is in the JSON right here, so you guys don't need to even worry about all of this. If you just followed all of the other steps, this will already be populated for you. Again, you just need to make sure that you update the custom auth with your API keys and authorization. We then pull and wait 5 minutes to actually allow Hedera enough time to create the video with our image and audio assets. Then we just grab the actual video right here based on the asset ID. And again, you just need to update your API key right here. Again, we just wait another 10 seconds before we download the video. And then lastly, we uploaded it to our Google Drive. So if we just open up the download node, you can see right here that we have a download button. So, and this is pulled from the URL, which is right here, which is the actual asset that Hedera generated. And that's pretty much it. You can just download that, and then you upload that into your Google Drive. And again, right here, you just need to connect your credentials to Google Drive, choose the folder, the drive, and then the folder that you want to upload the video. And that's pretty much it. You can even customize this last step to upload directly to YouTube if you want. So you can really like run up a super automated faceless YouTube or TikTok channel. I just chose to upload it as inside of a Google Drive. But yeah, that's definitely possible as well. So again, that's pretty much it, guys. I will also provide all the documentation and steps right here to kind of like just copy and paste and add in with your API keys instead. But that's pretty much it. Hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.